it's Jamie. So a lot of times I have clients will call and ask me, how do I buy my first house? Which always makes me really excited. So one of the first things that I recommend is that you get pre-qualified. And what that does is it helps me as an agent determine where are we looking, what price point are we looking at, and then the consumer of what is my payment going to be. Because you have additional costs when you're purchasing a home of taxes, insurance, sometimes mortgage insurance, those types of things. So you want to make sure that you're comfortable with what you're going to be paying as far as mortgage goes. So the first thing to do is get in contact with a great lender. I always recommend local lenders because they do know the local market, and some places like Pueblo does have certain niches where one side of the street it's called this, the other side of the street it's a different subdivision, and sometimes that makes an influence on the appraisal and those types of things. So what I would do is call a trusted lender. If you don't have one, I would definitely recommend that you ask your agent for a trusted lender. We have relationships with a bunch of people and we can match you up to the right person. So maybe you need a VA loan, FHA loan, first-time home buyer, things like that. So we are the experts as far as knowing who we could send you to. One of the other things is to make sure that your credit's nice and clean, which the lender will go over that with you. So don't go and buy a new car right before you're trying to buy a house. Wait for your car purchase. That's a much easier loan qualification than a home buying experience. So make sure that you don't go out and run up your credit prior to that. You should make sure that you don't have any child support liens, IRS liens, judgments. All of that will show up on title commitment. So a lot of times people think they'll just hide it. Well, it will show up, and then while we're in the middle of trying to buy your home, we're going to have to correct those issues. So it makes it very stressful for everybody. Make sure that you're looking for 80% of what you want. So a lot of times buyers will come in and they're like, I need this, I need this, I need this. Well, need and want are two different things. So I always start with your need. So if you need 3 bedrooms, you need 2 baths, you need 2-car garage, those are definitely a need. You want a 3-car garage, you want a 3rd bathroom, those type of things, because you're probably going to get 80% of what you're looking for. Not 100%. We're in a seller's market, which means our inventory is really low. So I would tell people, if this house meets 80% of your criteria, you should really consider making an offer, because people think the next one that they might miss something better coming along. That usually doesn't happen, where you're going to get 100% of everything you want in a seller's market. It's pretty tough and you have a lot of competition. So that's where I would start. And then once you know what you're qualified for, that lets an agent be able to modify your search to things that you can buy. So let's say you're a VA buyer. There's specific properties that will go VA, and sellers are willing to work with VA buyers. So we need to make sure that we're searching only for those properties so that it fits your loan qualification. So it's really important. I have a lot of people call me that say, oh, this came up, that came up. Well, it didn't come up in your search because they won't take a VA buyer. So things that you have to think about, which your agent is the expert. So that's why we want you to get pre-qualified ahead of time so that your process is seamless. The more we do up front, the easier the process becomes. Once that's done, we'll set you up on a search engine. The next thing is just to view your houses, and then really the agent, once you find a property, will advise you on what kind of market condition, what do average houses in that area sell for, are you multiple offer situations, that type of thing, and give you great advice on how to write a very strong deal. The lender will take over getting you qualified to get to the end, which is the closing. So if you're interested in buying a property, we do have a guide for home buyers, and we also like to do a home buyer consultation. So we get to know you and your needs, and you get to know us and our needs, like what we're going to need from you to make this an easy transaction. So you could reach out to us anytime and get that guide, or schedule an appointment with any one of the agents who will definitely help you through this process.